So you see a cup. Is it half empty or is it half full? Well, that's that old philosophical, all that other crap. But there is a lot to that. Um, but I'm going to take a different turn on it. You know, is the cup half empty or is the cup half full? First, you have to define what the cup is. And for each person, that is completely different. What is the cup? There is, a plethora of meanings of what it could be. So, I think trying to define whether the cup is half full or half empty is kind of a moot point. I guess it has its point, it has its meanings, but I look at it a different way. I look at it as how much does that cup weigh? And it could only weigh an ounce. It could weigh 16 ounces, 64 ounces. It could weigh pounds or tons. It doesn't matter, because it's going to still weigh the same if you hang on to that cup for an hour, if you hang on to that cup for a day, or if you hang on to that cup for 30 years. It's still going to weigh the same. The only difference is as you hang on to it, you become weaker and weaker. And hanging on to that cup, as you get weaker, it takes more energy, and so it takes energy from other places. And it does kind of twist your mind. It takes energy from different places in your mind and your soul. And when you're suffering from depression, depression seems to be a hard one. I see so many people that get sucked into that, and they refuse to see that there's an out, that they can win, they can beat this, that they can get past it. I'm one of those that chose to find a solution. I've had 4 years of complete bliss in my life, and that's it. 4 years of happiness. So I've had 40 years of shit, basically, truthfully, honestly. But you can get past that. You can get through that. All the stuff that, in the victim card, I think playing the victim card, there are people that do it for attention, and some people don't even realize they're doing it for attention. It's become so habitual for them that they don't realize that they're doing it. They don't realize that this is the action that they're committing. This is exactly what they've been doing for their entire lives, so it becomes habitual. Case in point, started when I was about 13 years old. I would wake up every morning and find a reason not to kill myself, not to end my life. And that's the truth. Every single morning I would wake up and find a reason not to kill myself. And that kept going until just, I don't know, a few months ago, 6 months ago, 4 months ago. And, within that 4 months, it started dropping away, as I started learning new coping skills. And I didn't even realize that it went away, that I stopped doing that, until I just started going back through my notes, and I looked and I was like, holy crap, this actually did happen. And so I started thinking about it, and just kind of pondering on it a lot more. And like I said, I'm a self-analyzer. So I went back through and I looked at that, and it was habitual. It was extremely habitual. It became a habit for me to get locked into that mindset. And I'm blessed. I have an amazing team, and I've fired some people that are on my team. Not that I pay them. I'm on disability, so but there are people that didn't work out on my team. They weren't as gung-ho about advancing and moving forward and getting over this crap than I was. Or as I was. So I told them, I says, you're not part of my team. If you're not willing to step up and help me get through this, then you're against me. And and some of them would complain, well, you're not doing what I tell you to do. It's like, well, I don't want to do what you tell me to do. I want you to show me how to do it. I want you to explain to me how I can do it. Because you can tell somebody how to go take an engine out of a car, and they're going to look at it and go, fuck it, you know. They're not going to want to dive in there and do it. But, you know, if somebody wants to do it, you get in there and show them how to, you know, tell them how to, be right there with them and explain how to do it. You know, let them do it, but be there to help them. That's the team I want, and that's the team I got. It took me, you know, a few people going through, and it was kind of funny, but the squeaky wheel does get the grease, and this is my life that I'm playing with. This is my psyche that I'm playing with, and I can see myself going downhill really quick the last few years. So I'm on that slow, gradual upturn. So, but with that cup, and no matter what it weighs, and you're hanging on to it, I want to let you guys know that it's okay to set that cup down. No matter what's in that cup, it's okay to set that cup down. And I'm going through a really tough deal for me to accept. And it's a heart-wrenching, you know, it's a, you know, everybody knows, I mean, my son's not my son. And, you know, it's something that I've always expected, or kind of expected, but suspected, but never wanted to believe. And now that I know, it just kind of, you know, it solidifies a lot, and I still don't want to believe it. And that hurts. That hurts a lot. There's been some heavy tears shed over that, and I'm not a crier. But, you know, it's okay to set that cup down. It's okay to walk away from that cup. Once you identify what that cup is. I mean, because we're carrying a lot of cups, man. This is like McDonald's tray times 1,000. You know, we got all different size cups, and we're all carrying 1,000,000 cups. But it's okay. Just, if you've got family members like I do, that everything's about them, and no matter what you're going through, they make it about them. It's okay to walk away from that cup. Boundaries are a huge thing. You got to set boundaries. And I'll tell you what, man, I love my sister with all my heart. And I'd do anything in the world for her, and I'd die for her. But there are times that she completely pisses me off. And she tends to get wrapped up in her own little world, and you know, sometimes I have to put up those boundaries. I have to put the brakes on and just say, look, I have no room or energy for your bullshit and for that type of shit right now. So, you know, just leave me be. And she understands. She understands. It's just sometimes she gets a little wrapped up in her own world. And, you know, like I said, I love her dearly with all my heart, and I'll do anything in the world for her. But she does annoy the shit out of me sometimes. But I think that's what sisters are supposed to do. But it's okay to set up boundaries, and I think that's one of the key things that we have a problem with as humans, is setting up boundaries, because we want to impress people. We want to impress them. We want to show that we're capable and we're strong, and we're all a bunch of weenies. You know, seriously. I mean, if you're an egomaniac, then yeah, okay, I get it. So you think you're strong, but all you gotta do is kick the kicks down out from underneath you, and you're gonna fall flat on your face and cry like a little baby anyway. But, you know, pride cometh before a fall, and that's the truth. But I think that's one thing that I think we need to get rid of, is pride. And if I can attest to it, I'm standing right here in front of you guys telling you I'm flawed, and telling you that I'm human and I make a lot of mistakes. And you guys can go back and watch my videos and see that I'm fucked up, and I'm sharing it with you, and I'm sharing the pain, I'm sharing the heartache that I go through, and it's okay. It's okay, because I can put that cup down when I need to as well. So continue loving yourself, and just define what that cup is, because once you figure out what that cup is, then you can start putting these cups down, walking away from them. All these troubles and everything you got, you can put them down. It's really not that difficult. Start setting these boundaries, small boundaries. You don't have to You don't have to set the huge ones. You know, if you got family that come over and they just, you know, you're doing well, you're doing good for yourself, and they come over and they're just like, oh, this place is just filthy. So what? Just look them dead in the eye and go, you know what? You ain't got to live here. I'm comfortable. Go away. You know, that's, I do that all the time. You know, I've shut a lot of friends out of my life because of that. You know, they come over and they're like, oh my God, you're living in a trailer park. Yes, I am. You know, because I'll be honest with you, I mean, I went from living in a two-story, you know, almost $300,000 home to living in a trailer park. But I'm okay with that because I'm not searching for money like I was before. I'm not chasing down something that's unobtainable. I'm quite comfortable where I'm at because I'm working on myself and I'm learning so much about myself. And when my friends would come by and they're just like, oh man, dude, you gotta get out of here. I'm like, why? I'm safe, I'm comfortable, and I'm learning. And I don't have my head up my ass, and I'm not going out buying shit to impress people I don't like. So if you guys don't like it, here's the fucking door. And I've had friends just get up off of my couch and walk right out the door, never to talk to again. And those superficial shitheads, that's fine. Because if that's the way that they want our relationship to go, then that's perfectly fine, and I'm okay with that. So anyway, I'm coming up on the, I don't know, 12-ish minute mark, so I just want everybody to know that put the cup down and walk away from it. You can come back and pick it up at any time. Just put the damn cup down. It's okay. So I love y'all. Hang in there. You know, shoot me some messages. Cool with that. So we'll talk at y'all later, alright?